What's going on YouTube? As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through live how to set up a clipping army and entire system. And so just for a little bit of background on this video, I'm doing all this for a client of mine, and I'm actually stepping into this entire process not knowing that much about clipping. As you probably heard, the term clipping has recently blew up a lot, but the funny thing is it's always been around. It's exactly how people like Andrew Tate and Luke Belmar got their fame in the first place. So when it comes to building a clipping army and all the systems around it, I'm breaking it down into three main components. Number one is going to be sourcing all of the clippers. This is finding all the editors so we know people are really making the content in the first place. Number two is going to be structuring and creating the community. This is finding out exactly how you're going to store all these clippers in one place and how you're going to do things like transfer footage, train editors, stuff like that. And within this component, we're also going to have to structure things like compensation and paying the editors, how exactly we're going to do that. And lastly, we have creating the accounts and figuring out how we want to go about posting. The interesting thing about clipping is that there's not just one way to go about everything. It's not a one size fits all. It really depends on your goals, how exactly you want content to be posted, and how big your budget is in the first place to put into clipping. And so when it comes to posting, there are a few things that need to be figured out, such as who's going to post the content. Is it going to go on Clippers pages? Are we going to own those accounts and then have them get access and post? Or is it only going to go to the creator's account? Does he want to be the only person posting this content? So these are all things that we have to figure out. But without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to run you through what exactly clipping is in the first place for those of you that don't know much about it. Then I'm going to jump right into sourcing editors, organizing a community, executing on those posts so you can start working on your own clipping army as soon as this video is over. So first off, guys, I want to run you through what clipping really is. So what I did was I watched a YouTube video all about clipping. It was posted a little while ago, and I plugged this in AI because I want to run you through the summary that it gave me. And so what is a clipping army? A clipping army is a coordinated network of social media accounts that post content featuring a specific creator across platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. While these accounts may appear to be fan created, they're actually part of a sophisticated marketing strategy. Using Luke Belmar's Capital Club as an example from the video, creators recruit and train clippers through ambassador programs. These clippers get access to extensive content libraries containing lifestyle clips, training material, and high quality content. The system works through three main incentives. Number one, clippers receive training and exclusive content. Number two, they earn money through dedicated fund that pays them based on view counts, similar to AdSense, right? So it's like an RPM thing. Number three, they get access to affiliate links for the creators' products. So this strategy helps creators manufacture social media fame while creating massive demand for their products through widespread coordinated content distribution. And so that's what it's all about, right, guys? And so on the topic of incentivizing these clippers, what we've seen recently is a huge use of RPM. And so for this video, I want to disregard how Andrew Tate did it and how Luke Belmar did it because they were fully on the affiliate system. People were posting clips and they're funneling to a link in their bio where they could purchase these guys' program, and they were making like 20-30% of that. And so if you were to set something like that up, there's a few mandatory things that you need to have in place. Number one, you kind of have to be selling a low ticket, right? You can't be selling high ticket. No one's buying a $2,000 one-on-one mentorship through a link in bio. They have to get on a call with a closer, right? So that doesn't really work. And so unless you're selling a low ticket, this system doesn't really work in the first place. And so that's why in this video, what I'm walking through and what I'm setting up for my client is going to be setting this up on an RPM basis. And so that's another component of what we have to figure out. It's figuring out how exactly we're going to structure paying these editors and incentivizing them. So now jumping into the first step of sourcing the editors, how are we going to find these clippers? It seems like there are two ways that you can go about this as of now. So the first thing is that we have servers like this, Discord servers, where there's a lot of clippers already in one place. And so this is an example. This is just clipping server. And so what it seems like, and so with this, I actually couldn't get access to chat with anyone. I couldn't open a ticket because of the high demand. You can see right here, Discord imposed limit of 50 channels per category. So it looks like, they have such high demand that they can't even get back to a ticket. But I would assume that to get access to their ecosystem of clippers, to have access to all their trained editors, that you would need to pay like a flat fee to have access to that. And so they could either be doing a flat fee or they could be doing an RPM, basically a percentage on top of your entire system, which would be less ideal for someone like me setting up a system for a client, or for my client himself if he were setting it up for himself. And so this is one server, and then it looks like this is another server right here. And so with this server, if we go to active servers, we can actually see the way that they are presenting these, the way they're sharing these for clippers. It looks like they're creating these separate servers for every single client that they work with. And you see they're working with some really, really big names, right? We have Bruno Mars right here. We have the freaking Super Bowl. We have Lil Baby, like pretty crazy stuff. And so it looks like the way that they're going about this is that they're charging these creators slash influencers slash corporations a fee to then get access to their trained clippers. And so as we can see right here, to get some background on what the payment structure could look like, we'll just take we'll take the Super Bowl, for example. It looks like they're paying $200 USD per million views. And then you have to have 500,000 views to be eligible for a payout. And so this seems like the best way to go about incentivizing and structuring the compensation, way that we want to go about things. Because if we're paying more like every 1,000 views RPM, like most, AdSense is with TikTok or with other platforms, we're not really getting guaranteed results, versus if we set a minimum to like 500,000 views is the very minimum you have to hit to be eligible for a payout, then there's going to be results from these clippers, right? We're not having our clients, or we're not having us, throw money down the drain and waste that. So knowing this will probably be a similar compensation structure that I go with. And so right off the bat with sourcing your clippers, it seems like if you don't have a big audience and you're not able to source clippers yourself, this might be the main and potentially only option that you have going into these big existing servers that already have the audience of editors that are trained, they're good at what they do. And then what you want to do is, open up a ticket and talk with someone that owns one of these servers and try to get your own sub community built within one of these through Discord. So that's one way to do it. The second way to do it, which I might approach for, how I'm building out this system for my client, is going to be sourcing our own clippers. And so we might just create forms and send people into our own Discord where we're going to be training clippers. We're going to be giving them footage. We're going to be approving them, hopping on calls with them, everything like that, to build out this ecosystem that is actually ours, so that we don't have to pay a fee. We don't have to deal with any of that friction. We can just do it ourselves. And the way that we're going to do that is by sourcing my audience on Instagram and also sourcing my clients' Instagram audience. And so if you don't have an audience to source from, that might be a little hard, because you're going to have to go into a bunch of Discord servers, try to, paste the link to the form there. You could get, maybe 100 to 500 editors over time to join there, but it's going to be a lot of outreach, right? It's going to be more demanding. And so looking to one of these servers on Discord would not be a bad move. And so now the third and final way to source, organize, build a community for getting these editors, getting these clippers, is going to be Whop. And so with Whop, I'll leave a link below where you can check it out for yourself. You can access it, see if Whop is something that you want to use for building a community of clippers, or for building whatever it is you do with Whop, because there's a lot of different things that you're able to do. But it seems like a lot of the big creators, like you can see right here, Taylor McCarthy, a lot of different streamers are building their clipping communities within Whop, because I think that Whop takes a lot of the work off of your hands. And so if we go ahead and click on one of these, we can see obviously it's a free community within Whop, and they are basically, the creators are building out the entire ecosystem, all the infrastructure right here within Whop. And so we can see right here, get paid to be a part of Taylor's clipping army, earn $700 per 1 million views generated for Taylor. So if we get access, we can check this out. Let's see, it looks like this is more applicable for like an editor. And so obviously, I'm not joining this to be an editor, right? I'm joining this to kind of funnel hack, I'm joining this to basically hack his community, see what it's like if we were to go forward with building this out in Whop instead of just building it in Discord. And so let's see right here, we have to put in my email. We'll just do a random email, get access. All right, so as we can see, we got access to Taylor McCarthy's Whop community for clipping. It's called Taylor McCarthy Clips. And let's just take a look at what this looks like, what exactly he's built out. So as you can see, there's the community aspect, mandatory call in 1 hour, join Discord and we'll see you there. So it looks like they still have to use Discord to do calls and things like that, but to my knowledge, they're using Whop to more so organize the payouts and the compensation structure, stuff like that. So if we just take a look, we can see that we have the training right here. So people, editors and clippers can go through their training. They can learn like what exactly type of edits that he wants them to make, what the reference is, stuff like that, getting paid. And it looks like the value in using Whop is that you have all these course modules right here. So it looks like you can't even start getting paid until you finish this. So it's absolutely mandatory. And so this takes a lot of that training off of your hands if you're trying to build a community and don't want just a random, a bunch of random clippers that aren't that good. You just want to hold your content to a higher standard. And so Whop makes that really, really easy to do in here. And you can see we got start here. Let's see what this takes us to. So it looks like it's just a summary of basically everything. Content folder, Friday 4 p.m. Discord call. So it looks like he's making you show up to the calls in order to even get access to that. And so with this in mind, the way that we'll probably go about doing this is that we're going to organize it to be training these clippers on what exactly type of edits they need to make. And we're basically going to do multiple calls with them to really verify that they're able to create the right edits before I'm going to give them access to my client's actual footage, because we don't want just a bunch of random, like, 100 clippers putting out really, iffy, decent videos. I would rather have 10 clippers doing really, really good videos and then give them access to some accounts and have them just go ham with content. I would rather focus on quality than volume, in my personal opinion. And it looks like Whop, for the most part, covers all of the training, all of the organizing, and then you're actually getting sent to his Discord server. So we'll join this and we'll see what's good with the Discord server. But a side note about Whop is that Whop's marketplace also acts as a place to source these editors and basically promote and get it out there, get the name out there and find these clippers, because you got to think about the fact that Whop has this marketplace that a lot of clippers are going to. They're Googling it. They're looking for different places, different programs where they can make good money. And so people are going straight to Whop in the first place to have easy access to seeing all of these different programs, how they're incentivizing you. And so getting on Whop and building out, having the training information there, and then having the plug to that Discord server right here, as you can see Taylor has it, is going to be a good way to just have that up there so that more people are able to join. And so that's definitely something that we're going to do jumping into this. All right, so now that we've analyzed all of that data, we know more about how to really build this out, how to bring in the clippers. Approaching this from our position, what I'm going to end up doing is just building out our own community in Discord, creating that Whop community and marketplace to bring in more clippers, and then sourcing the majority of those clippers and editors from my Instagram audience and also from my client's Instagram audience, just by posting it on a story, having them join the Discord, go through the different steps, go through the training, and then get qualified by hopping on a call with me or my team and seeing if this is a clipper, if this is an editor that we really want to have promoting my client's brand. And so that is it. We covered the how to source editors, how to build the community and organize all of this so it's all systemized, it's all going to make sense, it's all going to work. And so the next part is to just simply create the account. And so now is when you have to figure out if you want clippers to be making you edits for you to post on your personal account, which isn't usually how people go about it, because that's not so much clipping, that's more so just having a short form editor. So in that case, they're going to be more incentivized to just work for a flat fee, if I'm being honest with you. And so what we've seen a lot of success with from people like Luke Belmar, Andrew Tate, people like even Togi, is creating these fan page accounts, basically real accounts. We've also seen people like Daniel Dallin doing it, Iman Gadzi. And so that is probably what we're going to end up doing. We are going to create and own multiple different Instagram accounts. We'll probably do 5 to 10 of these accounts. We'll try out TikTok as well, see how that does. And then we'll give the clippers access to these accounts so that they can post and do whatever, but we still own the accounts. And then they're basically just sending in their weekly report of how many views they're bringing in, all that, and then we handle paying them out and everything like that so that it's all handled for our client. And so that's what it looks like. That's basically a wrap on this video. Now you guys know how exactly to do this, what really goes into it. And let me know in the comments if I should make a second video circling up on what exactly it looked like once built out and how the results are. And if you are someone that is a coach, info product seller, or you run a business, or you're some sort of entrepreneur, I'll leave a link below where you can apply to work with me and my team. You can schedule a demo call and we can talk about if building out something like this, a clipping army, is something that you want help with, or we can simply give you some advice on what we would suggest. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.